Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
Well, I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathers. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Bryan Johnson, joins us right now. Bryan, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What looking to talk you, me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Hey, join me right now to talk about it. We've been speaking about it all morning. John and Ben. John, Ben, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having us on, man. We're excited.
Look, first of all, congratulations on making this series and actually telling the stories that were untold that I think are so important. So congratulations on that, first and foremost. John, if I could start with you. You talk about in the documentary that when we're in our history books, obviously we hear a lot about Honest Abe, we hear about George Washington, but the impact of Latins and Latin America that it's had on this country is a lot of the times not told, which is why you have the documentary. I live in South Texas. You would think that we would spend some time on the impact of Latin culture here in America, but we didn't do that either in our textbooks. So where was the origin story? What was the one moment where you said, I need to get with Ben and we need to tell this story?
Well, my son was doing a project for school, a history project, and there was no Latin contributions in his history textbooks. And then I remembered I didn't have any growing up. And then I started doing a lot of research and reading a ton of books, nerding out as Ben always says I'm doing. And I found this plethora of information that changed me completely and changed anybody who I tell these facts to, that we Latinos have been here. I mean, the first European language spoken here was not English, was Spanish. The Latinos have been here since 1492 and way before with our incredible empires. But we're the only ethnic group that's fought in every war America's ever had. And I'm talking about the American Revolution, Civil War, World War I, World War II. 10,000 unknown Latino patriots fought in the American Revolution. We funded the American Revolution. $2 million were given to George Washington by Cuba, Mexico, and Spain. We are the sons and daughters of the American Revolution. These are the mind-opening facts that are missing in our history textbooks that, make them seem like they're fiction.
And Ben, I think when documentaries are put together and you have all this plethora of information, like John said, after he nerded out and found out all this stuff, you kind of write it out, you script out how you want this story to go. But I always hear in documentaries, things come together and they edit differently than perhaps you laid it out. But I will say in this one, it feels very intentional, the story that you were telling. So did the structure change at all during the edit, or was it true to the original vision?
Well, I mean, the good thing is that we were working off of John's outline. So John had done about a decade worth of research for his Broadway show, Latin History for Morons. So we had a really good starting point, and we were able to use that as our foundation. But what we found, there was too many stories to fit in the 3 hours that we have. So in this documentary, the first chapter, we cover the ancient empires going back thousands of years. The second one, we talk about the founding of this great nation that we have. And then in the third chapter, we talk about the 20th century all the way to the young lords and Dolores Huerta in the 60s and 70s. So as John mentioned, there's just so much more. We want to do more and more chapters of this, but we're really grateful for this this opportunity and the platform that PBS has given us. But very exciting. It did change a lot in the edit. It's kind of like you're on an investigation, so the story takes you where it wants to go. But just excited to even be able to feature some of these stories on TV.
Again, you can stream it on the PBS at pbs.org, and every Friday you can check it out on PBS. And John, was there that one, I don't know, maybe it was an interview, maybe it was a talking head, or maybe a new point of research that came up to where you go, wow, this is why we're doing this story?
Well, yeah, I mean, in the 1800s, I mean, Latinos built the railroads all the way from the Mississippi to the Pacific after our Asian brothers and sisters were kicked out of the country. It was incredible. We built the whole infrastructure for the West and the Southwest and fed all of America, as we continue to do. But the incredible fact that I learned was that the first woman lynched in America was a young Latina, Josefa Segovia, who was raped by a white miner, and she shot him, but she wouldn't show remorse, so they lynched her. And the youngest boy, the first youngest boy ever lynched, was a Latino boy, Antonio Gomez, in Texas for disrespecting a white man in 1911. So these kind of facts are in there, and they blow your mind that we have built America and suffered a lot of oppression, but we were a powerhouse. I mean, Latinos now have an inflection point because we now contribute $3.6 trillion to the GDP yearly. We contribute more than any other group to the economy of America.
Yeah. I mean, one fact that I love is that if Latinos in the U.S. were one country alone, they would be the 5th largest economy in the world. So, I mean, that really underlines the impact that we have on American economy, American culture, American cuisine, and all kinds of wonderful things.
Well, before y'all have to leave, and I'm really appreciative of your time, I feel like there's so much there, and the imagery that y'all share in the documentary is so beautiful. I feel like y'all could adapt this into a feature. Is that anything that maybe you'd want to entertain someday?
Well, we definitely want like season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. And this is Ben's doing. Ben is a super talented young director, and he made this show so sexy, so accessible, and made it really fun. I mean, it's incredible what he's able to do.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully, look, season 1, season 100. Let's do this forever. There's so many stories.
Yeah, come on. From your lips to God's ear.
From my lips to God's ear. And a friend of mine, Jasmine Belay, got to work on this project as well. So I just want to give her a little shout out. And and you know what, John?
Jasmine, what's up? What's up?
By the way, the picture of John on the poster, Jasmine took that picture.
Well, look at that. She's one of my close friends and collaborators. So that's great that we're sharing this together. John, you're one of the all-time GOATs. I just got to give you your flowers.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
One of the all-time GOATs. John, Ben, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing this story.